Hey, BookTube Sean here, and today I am going to do my December book haul. These are the books that I got in December that were not part of that library sale book haul that I did a few days ago, or at least recorded a few days ago. I don't know when you're watching this. I don't even know when it's going to go up. But anyway, so let's get into it because I got quite a stack here, and I'm trying to make shorter videos. Anyway, the first, these aren't in any particular order, but the first one on the stack is Clash of Kings by George R. R. Martin. I don't think I really need to go into a whole lot of detail on this. This is the second book of Song of Fire and Ice. I actually already had this on Kindle. The reason I picked this up was a very good friend of mine was having a 30th birthday party, and it was Game of Thrones themed. So she wanted everybody to dress up like characters from Game of Thrones. And I don't watch the show, and those costumes kind of are a little hard to pull together, especially when me and my wife were both going and we were both going to need to dress up, and it can get kind of pricey trying to get stuff for both of us to dress up for something. So my idea was to go as the guy who wants to read the books first. So I was just going to carry this around and be the guy who wants to read the books first. We did end up doing something different. I had a kind of period shirt because I'm an actor and I have some I do have some costume pieces at home from things that I've done. So I have a shirt that I've worn in period shows. So I put that on and a pair of jeans, and I had a name tag on that just said my name is random extra on lunch break or something like that. So that's what I ended up doing. But originally I was going to just be the guy who wanted to read the books first, which I am, the guy who wants to read the books first. And this is the book that I'm on. But yeah, so I just picked this up for a few bucks at a used bookstore. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it, honestly, because I have all the books on my Kindle. But anyway, the next book is actually my most recent acquisition. And that is The Wicked City by Beatrice Williams. And this is a historical fiction book it's set in the 1920s and actually set currently. This girl, a girl lives in a place that used to be a speakeasy in the 20s, and she can kind of hears kind of like the ghosts of the past. Hears the pianos playing and stuff. About as much as I know about it. Beatrice Williams is an author I wanted to check out. I said that in my library book haul because I had picked up another one of hers. But this just came out in paperback this week, so I had pre-ordered this because I had it out from the library at one time and never got to it, and it wasn't that expensive a pre-order, so I just went ahead and pre-ordered it. Next, I got Tinman by Sarah Winman. Yeah, there's that Claire again. But this, I've heard, is about two friends. Well, I'll just read the thing is short. It begins with a painting won in a raffle. 15 sunflowers hung on the wall by a woman who believes that men and boys are capable of beautiful things. And there are two boys, Ellis and Michael, who are inseparable. And the boys become men. And then Annie walks into their lives, and it changes nothing and everything. But I've heard really, really great things about this book. It is up for the Novel of the Year award for the Costas. And I had this crazy idea that I might try to read all the books nominated for both the Best Novel and Debut Author awards, which was 8 books, and I read a total of 4 books this month, and only one of them was a Costa nominee. But I know some people who have really loved this book. James Chatham, for one, he absolutely loved this book, and I've heard some really great things about it. So I'm happy to have it. Anyway, even not for the Costas. The next book I picked up was Montpellier Parade by Carl Geary. And this was one of the ones nominated for the debut author award for the Costas. I don't really know a lot about the book. I picked it up because it was nominated for the novel or the debut author award. I actually ended up picking up all of the debut author books in one form or another. A couple of them on Kindle and a couple of physical books. Next few books I picked up was, you guys, if you've watched my channel recently, you know that I read The Boston Girl last month and absolutely loved it. In my library sale book haul, I got The Red Tent by Anita Diamant. And at the used bookstore a week or two ago, I ended up getting the rest of her fiction books, which are Day After Night, Good Harbor, and The Last Days of Dogtown. And I really don't know anything about any of the books. I bought them specifically because they were Anita Diamant's other books, and I loved The Boston Girl so much that I wanted to read the rest of her stuff. Also at that same trip to the used bookstore, the Second and Charles around where I live, when you go outside, they have a bin full of free books. So that's always my first stop, is the free book bin, because I usually always find something in there. And this time was no exception. This was Ian McEwan's Amsterdam. And Ian McEwan is an author I've been wanting to check out. So my work Secret Santa gift exchange, I got a couple of books through that. So what I did is I put down a list of books, and then I just created an Amazon wish list for that Secret Santa, made it public, and just sent them sent my team the link to the wish list. And from that, I got the Oregon Trail by Rinker Buck, and this is a nonfiction about Rinker and his brother who went and did the Oregon Trail in a covered wagon with mules, the way the Oregon Trail would have been done the old-fashioned way. So that's really interesting to me. So I've been wanting this for a while, so I was really happy that my Secret Santa picked that. And the other book I got from my work Secret Santa was History of Wolves by Emily Fridland. This was on the short list for the Man Booker this year, and the back is really short. You've probably heard some about this book from other booktubers who were reading the Man Booker books, but I'll just read the back really quick because it's just a little paragraph. One of the most daring literary debuts of the year and a national bestseller, History of Wolves follows teenage Linda, who lives with her parents in an abandoned commune in rural Minnesota. When outsider Linda is taken under the wing of a seemingly ideal family across the lake, she is suddenly drawn into secrets she doesn't understand, and, over the course of a summer, makes a set of choices that reverberate throughout her life. This is one I actually almost had pre-ordered the hardcover of this when it came out in like January or February. So I'm really, really happy my Secret Santa picked that one, because I've been wanting it for all year, basically. And I was a part of another Secret Santa gift exchange in a Voxer SFF group I'm a part of. And my Secret Santa for that ended up being Maya at Maya Reads. And I will link her channel below. So if you haven't checked out Maya, definitely go check her out. And she got for me Radiance by Catherine M. Valente, which was exactly the book I was hoping that my Secret Santa from that would pick. So again, Maya, if you watch my channel, thank you again for this. This is the one I wanted the most. And then my last three books I got were from Book of the Month. So my pick for my book of the month was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. And this is another one nominated for debut author for the Costas. And it is about a quirky girl trying to cope with life, I think, from what I get from it. And I've heard really good things about it, so I'm kind of excited to read it. I'm definitely, hopefully, that's a good phrase, going to get to this within the next couple of months. But I'm not going to get to it before the Costa Awards are announced. And then the other two books I picked up from Book of the Month, I went back, just picked up some extra books. First one was A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Tolls, and I picked this up because I was going to read this for Robin at Driftless Readers Blast from the Past Goodreads book club, and this month just was not a good reading. I mean, I got 4 books read, but I could have gotten more read, and it was just a busy month with getting the show that my wife and I are directing, getting that up and going, and just things that kept me from reading or made me too mentally tired to deal with reading. But that's why I picked this one up, was to do that. But I still am going to read this at some point because it's one I've been interested in for a while. And then the other one I picked up was Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward, which this just won the National Book Award this year. And I've heard Russell at Ink and Paper Blog just absolutely rave about this book. And I'm really intrigued to read it. And it now, since it won the National Book Award, it is now part of my award winners project. And if you don't know what that is, I will link the video talking about that in the description too. But that's it. I do have another book on order, but I don't think it's going to come in this month, so it'll end up being in my January book haul. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. I am horrible at closing out these videos, guys. I've been doing this since June, and I'm still horrible at closing out these videos. So anyway, thank you to all my subscribers. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you've read any of these or what books you've picked up this month. Hook up with me on Twitter and Goodreads, and I will see you all in my next video.